You know, some wars aren't declared. They aren't fought by armies on open fields. They're fought by phantoms in the dark. They unfold not in the headlines, but in the quiet whispers, in sudden, unexplained explosions, and in the faces of men who are here one day and just gone the next. Tonight, we're pulling back the curtain on that hidden world.
It's a question that sounds like it's straight out of a spy novel, right? But here's the thing. This isn't fiction. This is a real, ongoing conflict. A high-stakes chess game played on a global board where the pieces are human lives and the future of entire nations. So how do you fight a war entirely out of sight? Well, let's step onto the invisible battlefield between Israel and Iran. This is a conflict that's defined not by what you see, but by everything you don't. It's a struggle that's been going on for decades, where the front lines are everywhere and nowhere all at once. We're talking about a war of elaborate espionage, of sabotage made to look like a tragic accident, and of assassinations that send a message far louder than any missile ever could.
Okay, so it's absolutely crucial to get our heads around what a shadow war actually is. Think of it like a calculated dance, right on the very edge of open conflict. The goal isn't conquest, it's disruption. It's about crippling your enemy's capabilities, derailing their ambitions, and doing it all with enough plausible deniability that you can just shrug your shoulders and say, wasn't me.
And the weapons on this battlefield, well, they're just as shadowy as the war itself. We're talking about incredibly precise assassinations that take key players right off the board. Sabotage that cripples critical infrastructure from the inside. Deep cover espionage that turns trusted colleagues into spies. And, of course, cyber attacks, these digital daggers that can cause real physical destruction. So, what's this all really about? What's the grand prize in this deadly game? For decades, the primary target, the central obsession, has been Iran's nuclear program. For one side, it's an existential threat. For the other, it's a matter of national sovereignty and power. It's the ghost in the machine that drives this entire conflict, pushing both sides to take bigger and bigger risks.
And when you look at the timeline, you really start to see the pattern. This is not a series of random events. Oh no, it's a persistent, relentless campaign. Back in the early 2010s, you had a string of assassinations taking out top nuclear scientists. In 2010, the Stuxnet virus, a piece of code, literally tore apart Iranian centrifuges from the inside. And this pattern of, let's call them mysterious explosions, it just kept going, right up to the 2020 assassination of Mohsen Fakhrizadeh, a man many considered the father of Iran's nuclear ambitions. All this constant pressure, it naturally makes you wonder, who are the players? Because this isn't just about actions, it's about strategy. It's a cat and mouse game between two of the world's most sophisticated intelligence agencies, and each one has its own distinct philosophy of war. If you want to understand what's really going on, you have to understand their playbooks. And this comparison, it lays it all out perfectly. On one side, you have Mossad, Israel's intelligence agency. Their playbook is all about surgical precision, high-impact strikes that cause maximum disruption while leaving a minimal footprint. Now, how does Iran respond? They're forced to play defense at home, constantly hunting for moles and spies. But they also play offense abroad, looking for retaliation against Israeli interests, often using their regional allies, their proxies, to do the dirty work. But here's the thing, this war isn't just about atoms and centrifuges anymore. The invisible battlefield has expanded. Now, the objective is also to systematically degrade Iran's ability to project power across the Middle East. It's about trying to cut the strings of the puppet master. And the strategy for doing that is, well, it's pretty brutal. It's essentially a strategy of decapitation. It means targeting high-profile commanders of Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC. It means eliminating the leaders of their proxy forces and disrupting the networks that supply them with weapons. The most dramatic example of this, of course, was the 2020 strike that killed Qasem Soleimani, the powerful commander of the Quds Force. That act, that sent shockwaves through the entire region.
So this brings us to the ultimate question. What's the endgame? If the goal isn't total victory, then what is it? The answer reveals the true nature of this shadow war. It's a strategy that's both brilliant and incredibly dangerous, because it's all about manipulating the one resource you can never, ever get back: time. This quote really gets to the heart of it. Every successful act of sabotage, every eliminated commander, it's all designed to turn back the clock on Iran's ambitions. It's a strategy of attrition. The idea is to weaken the adversary through these persistent, undeclared hits, buying precious time, maybe for diplomacy to work, or maybe just for the global power dynamics to shift. And yet,
there is a profound, terrifying risk to playing this game. When you operate in the shadows, with no clear rules and no one taking responsibility, you are walking on a razor's edge. Every action invites a reaction, and every provocation creates a massive risk of miscalculation. And this table lays out the potential futures, and none of them are comfortable. The best-case scenario, controlled disruption, is still rated as high risk. That's a future where the region is perpetually on the brink. But the alternative is so much worse. A single mistake, one provocation too many, could lead to uncontrolled escalation, spiraling into the very war these operations are designed to prevent. And maybe the most unsettling possibility is diplomatic failure, where the shadow war simply becomes a permanent state of being, the new normal. And that leaves us here, in a state of perpetual conflict. A war with no clear beginning, no formal declaration, and it seems no foreseeable end. Each attack invites a counterattack, ensuring the cycle just keeps going. It's a constant, grinding exchange fought in the darkness, a forever war that shapes our world in ways we can barely comprehend.
So, as we step back from the shadows, we're left with one last haunting question. In a conflict where there are no front lines, no surrender treaties, and no official victors, what does it even mean to win? And what is the ultimate cost of a war that may never ever be over?
At Geotectonics, our mission is to uncover these profound tectonic shifts, offering clarity in a world of complexity. If this analysis deepened your understanding, please like this video to support our work, share it with others who seek real insight, and subscribe to Geotectonics to ensure you never miss our next deep dive. We'll continue to explore the crucial geopolitical movements that define our time. Thank you for joining us.